grab your coffee because it's another Talk to Me Tuesday book corner. Hello my lovely sunshines, and welcome back to hashtag a shy moment. On today's Talk to Me Tuesday, I'm going to be talking about what I read in the month of February and what I plan on reading for the month of March. So the craziest thing to me about February is that it's a shorter month, but it's only shorter by 2 to 3 days, but for some reason it feels significantly shorter than every other month, and it's so weird. We're going to start off what I read in the month of February. To kick off February, I actually started this the last day of January, but I consider it a February read because I finished it. Girls in White Dresses by Jennifer Close. A lot of people either loved this book or they hated it. And I was more so on the side of I really just did not like this book. I didn't love the writing style of it. It follows three best friends who are in their early 20s. So you have graduating college, starting your adult life, people are getting married, trying to figure out where you're living, relationships, all that kind of stuff. So it's relatable in that sense. However, I found it kind of confusing and the characters didn't have too much depth to them. The confusing part for me was just that every other chapter was about someone different, but halfway through the chapter as well, you had the section breaks where they were talking about someone completely new who was not introduced previously. So this for me was not a fave. I think I rated it a 3 out of 5, but it's a quick read, only 289 pages, so not terrible. I read strictly books about love in the month of February because, well, February is the month of love, minus one self-help book that I was challenged to read. So on that note, the book that I read for self-help was The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. As you can see, I have a little bit of sticky notes because I did try really hard. I don't love self-help books. I struggle with them because a lot of the things that are written in them, I just feel I already apply them, or there are things that I have tried that don't necessarily work for me, so I struggle with really getting into them. My sister challenged me to add self-help books to my reading log because she knows how much I don't even not enjoy them, I just don't prefer them. So I did read parts of this. I finished just about all of it. I didn't read maybe the last 30 or 40 pages of it, but I do recommend if you are someone who's trying to organize your life, trying to get your life, trying to get your life together and just need more tips on how to better your environment and your living space. The biggest takeaway for this is that your mindset plays the major, if not the most key role in that progress and development for organizing. Love and Maine. This was the third book I read in February. Super cute. It's such a quick and hot, fast-paced love affair between Maddie and Hank. Maddie is spending the summer in Maine on a dare from her brother. She comes from a ton of money, so he dared her to live in a very small city in Maine without accessing any of her funds from her parents, and so she has to get a job. She rents a room from this woman named Janet, and Janet has this very mysterious son named Hank, and per usual, they fall in love, and it's just cute. It's a cute and quick, simple read. Now, if you watch my other videos, I'm a big fan of Emily Giffen's work. So I read another one of her books. I read one in January. This is my second read from her. This is a series book, and this is the second book in the series. So I actually skipped the first one, which is told from her best friend's point of view. So this book is about Darcy Roan, and Darcy is a character that you just absolutely do not like until the very end of the book, but she's so well written that you keep reading because you like her. It's so messed up. But Darcy is extremely self-centered. Her entire world revolves around her and her looks and her being the top of the class. And Darcy is getting married, except Darcy ends up cheating on her fiance and ends up with this other man, and the other man impregnates her, so now she's pregnant and she's fiance-less, and then she moves to London. It's a mess. It's a mess, but beautifully written and has a happy ending, so I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend also, though, reading the first book in the series because the first book is from her best friend's point of view, who also plays a pivotal role in this. My man's Nicholas Spark. Guys, so I tried annotating books. It's just not for me. I even color coded them and everything, but I'm just someone who has to read them, so I tried it, and maybe we'll try it again later. But Nicholas Sparks, a love story and a thriller. all in one book. Yeah, as you can see, it's super thick, about 500, nearly 500 pages. Maria and Colin are your two main characters, and the story goes back and forth between their points of views. Maria is the daughter of a Mexican immigrant family, and she's a lawyer, and she's super like diligent about all her things. She's very like walk the straight line type of girl. Colin is not. Colin has a past coded in probations and some jail time, and just overall not the best background. And they meet each other because Maria's car breaks down on the side of the road, and Colin just happens to be there at the time, and he fixes it. And plot twist, they end up meeting again because Maria's sister Selena is in class with Colin because Colin's still at school. While all this is going on, the past of Maria's as a lawyer ends up playing a huge role into the part that is the thriller and the mystery side. So overall, definitely recommend, especially if you're someone who likes love and romance books but prefers more of the thriller. This is incredible and a relatively quick read despite it being nearly 500 pages. The last book I read in February has hands down been my most favorite book that I have read so far this year. It's called Out of Love by Hazel Hay. I'm not going to talk too much about it only because I'm doing a separate book review in totality on it, but just know that it's worth every single page. It'll leave you crying, it'll leave you feeling hopeful and helpless all at the same time, and it is so relatable that I think about this book every day. Like, that's how good it is. Love it. So if you guys hear like any background noise, Aaron is home right now, and I usually don't film while he's home, but our schedules just kind of overlapped this time, which is like really exciting because we're actually not home as often as we should be together, but it is what it is. For those of you who don't know, just a little sidebar, I am a military wife. Aaron, my husband, is in the Navy, so our schedules very rarely align perfectly with each other, which is also why I have plenty of time this year to read. So, fun fact, March is my second favorite month of the year. I love St. Patrick's Day. It's my second favorite holiday. Everything about it, the leprechauns, the rainbows, the magic, the green is to die for. So I did actually purchase a lot of green books because, believe it or not, green is like color cover that not many people use, which is like mind-blowing to me. I had no idea until I tried to find green books to read for the month of March. So with that being said, my goal for March is to read 4 books. I am halfway through right now. Just finished reading In 5 Years. This book, I know that so many people have read it. It is like highly recommended. I see it all the time on BookTube, Book Talk. It is everything and then some. It is about a friendship that's practically a sistership, heartache, and love, and truly it just makes you appreciate life and how close you are with people who aren't blood related to you, and the fact that lives are so delicate and fragile and that we never know how much time we actually have. So this is a really quick read. I finished it in probably like a day and a half, 250 pages. It's worth every single page. Grab tissues though, because it is heartbreaking. My second book that I'm reading in the month of March, I am still reading. I have about 40-ish pages left. It's called We Love Charlie Freeman. This book is interesting. I don't know how it ends yet because, like I said, I'm still in the midst of it. But it's about a Black family who moves to a different part of Massachusetts to be part of this study that involves a monkey. And the monkey is supposed to be taught how to sign so that they can communicate regularly with human beings. The family that was chosen, the Freeman family, they're fluent in sign language, so they're chosen for it. And the interesting part about this is that it's not simply just about the Charlie, who's the monkey's relationship with the family, but it touches on the dynamics of sisterhood and mother-daughter relationships and what it means to have a long history of being compared to animals. I can't say enough great things about it. It's like such a weird read for me because it wasn't about romance. So far I really liked it. I'm interested to see how this ends. And I will say, like, there's a lot of history involved in this as well. So that was a fun part about reading this book too. So far, give it like a 4 out of 5. My 5 out of 5s, I can't say yet until I actually finish reading it. So if you read it, please tell me what you thought about this book. This was on my Amazon recommended books, and also because of the green leaves. Marching Color Green. My last 2 books that are on my list to read for the month of March. I'm really hoping I get 3 more books, but these are my other 2 that I have. I have The Cheat Sheet which is a romance book. I picked it because she's a dancer, so like that's gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna be cute. I've heard a lot of great things about this book too. And then this one, which is book 1 in the series, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Nothing but great things. Where'd my light go? Ooh. Nothing but great things about this one too. So I'm really, really excited. One of my favorite bookstagrammers actually recommended this book, and after reading her review, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to read it. So hopeful to get through that one too. I'm actually on spring break right now, y'all. So I have 5-ish days to read, and then, you know, like do everything else that I need to be doing too. I am super excited about this. If you watch my videos, thank you. I so appreciate it. Please leave comments down below so I can interact with you and also like follow your page, or at least know what you're reading, if we've read some of the same books that you'd recommend, what your Starbucks order is, if you're a Dunkin' or a Starbucks girl, like I gotta know. So with that being said, Sunrise, thanks for tuning in to another episode. I love you, oodles and noodles, and I will catch you either tomorrow where we talk about life and all the fun things about life, or next Tuesday on another Talk to Me Tuesday Book Corner with Chey.